creepy spying, combustible burger patties, and taquitos laced with metal. When it comes to grocery store failures, Aldi has had some pretty legendary whoppers. Think back to a time when you bit into the tenderest, juiciest, most delicious steak. Now, imagine if what you were actually eating wasn't beef at all, but horse meat.
They feed us horse meat!
That scenario would have very likely happened to a number of people who bought various beef products from Aldi stores in 2013. In February of that year, a bombshell story in The Guardian revealed shocking details about a case of beef products that had been made entirely out of horse meat. The affected products were recalled from shelves. Aldi later confirmed that tests had in fact shown that various products contained anywhere between 30% and 100% of horse meat. At the center of this Aldi horse meat scandal was supplier Comagel, which had sent meat out to both Aldi and frozen food company Findus. Findus Nordic CEO Jari Latvanen called Comagel's actions a crime, a scandal. Aldi's issues don't stop at food. The company also landed in hot water over a pillow, which was crafted with a small pocket at the very bottom. No big deal, right? Well, the design, a dog, included a bone that stuck out of the pocket, which didn't exactly come across as innocent.
Inappropriate!
Redditors had a field day with the pillow, with comments ranging from, "I can't unsee it," to "I walked straight out and bought one as soon as I saw this." Terrible gift for kids, but maybe a great gift for Valentine's Day? One of the craziest scandals to rock Aldi over the years happened when cocaine packages started popping up inside banana boxes. The very first instance was discovered in Berlin, Germany in January 2014. At first, the episode was dismissed as a logistical mistake by smugglers who had stashed away drugs estimated to have been worth more than $8 million at the time. But when the same thing happened in May 2015, eyebrows were firmly raised. This time, the value of the cocaine found was well north of $15 million. Once again, police concluded that it was yet another logistical error. If they were right, then there must be some really sloppy drug smugglers in Berlin, because even more cocaine was found hidden in banana packaging in 2019 and then again in 2024. The value of both these newer stashes was reported at approximately $28 million and $8 million respectively. Cocaine stashes in banana boxes might be the wildest of all Aldi controversies, but we feel we can say that settling a lawsuit over an exploding turkey burger might not be too far behind. Yep, in 2020, Aldi settled such a case with a customer. The woman took legal action after what should have been a simple meal reportedly ended up turning into a dangerous experience. Gloria Besley of Wilkinsburg, Pennsylvania, alleged that a burger patty exploded as she was following the package instructions on how to fry them. As a result, she claimed she sustained burns and permanent scarring on various parts of her body. The specific product that Besley said turned out to be disastrous was the frozen Kirkwood turkey burger. About a year after she took the case to court, Aldi agreed to settle on terms that remained undisclosed. In January 2025, Aldi faced one of its most embarrassing recalls ever. Nearly 25,000 pounds of frozen chicken and cheese taquitos were pulled from shelves due to potential metal contamination.
No taquitos.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food Safety and Inspection Service, or FSIS, confirmed that the recall was triggered by safety concerns. The agency received a report from a customer who claimed that they had injured their teeth on one of the affected products. Aldi also notified FSIS of a separate incident where metal was found in a frozen chicken and cheese taquito item. The product withdrawal affected multiple Aldi locations across 30 states. In a release confirming the recall, Aldi urged customers who had already purchased the affected products to discard them or return them in exchange for a full refund. Even as far back as 2013, Aldi was being accused of some shady practices. That year, the company was said to have been carrying out a surveillance operation on employees and customers. This was according to a report by Der Spiegel, an investigative German magazine known for exposing massive political and corporate scandals. In this case, Aldi was supposedly using hidden cameras to unlawfully keep track of the activities of staff members and shoppers.
I'm a spy.
A source who had previously been employed at one of the chains in the country explained, "I had to report everything that came to my attention. I had to say if an employee was working too slowly, engaged in having an affair, and reveal other private details such as their financial situation." Aldi's response on this matter came from a spokesperson who acknowledged that there were instances where the company discreetly monitored employees, but insisted that this was only in the case of active investigations on specific issues. Imagine walking into a grocery store and being charged $12 before you've even picked up a single item. That's exactly what Aldi is testing at its checkout-free store in Greenwich, London, and customers aren't happy. The good news? The amount is only a temporary hold and is eventually deducted from your final bill once you're done shopping. Any leftover balance is refunded, but it can take a few days to process. The concept has faced strong backlash, with many calling it unnecessary and overly complicated. Some shoppers have expressed shock at the total amount of the upfront charge. It's also been frustrating for those spending a very small amount or just window shopping, only to end up waiting for days to receive their refund. As you might expect, Aldi responded to the backlash in a statement explaining that the company's focus is on innovation and improving convenience. An Aldi spokesperson told ISN magazine, "We're testing new ways to make shopping more convenient." When Aldi was criticized for the idea of a $12 prepayment self-checkout store, the company responded by claiming that it was all in the name of innovation. Well, one innovative concept appeared to work really well until Aldi UK decided to discontinue it in August 2024. First introduced at the height of COVID in 2020, the Click and Collect service was created for customers to choose items they wanted online and then collect them at their nearest store later on. It was charged at a singular flat rate, which converts to around $6. An Aldi spokesperson tried to explain the rationale behind cutting it, telling the grocer, "One of the ways we keep our prices low for customers is by running the most efficient supermarket business in Britain. As a result, we've made the decision to bring our Click and Collect service to an end so we can focus on doing just that." Sure, Aldi. In November 2024, Chicago residents were up in arms when Aldi shut down a store in the West Pullman neighborhood. Local residents loved the outlet, and they depended on it for easy access to fresh food. Following the shutdown, one frustrated resident told NBC Chicago, "All the stores in our community are closing." And they weren't alone. Alderman Ronnie Mosley of Chicago's 21st Ward claimed in a Facebook post that the decision to shut down the store was essentially a broken promise by Aldi. Mosley reported that he had met with agents of the retail giant in 2023 and received assurances that the company was looking to expand, not withdraw. All employees of the West Pullman store were reportedly reassigned to different outlets in the city.
This is devastating. This is really diabolical, actually.
In 2024, Aldi suffered one of its highest-profile recalls when soft-ripened cheeses were pulled from stores following suspicion that they might have been contaminated by Listeria. Aldi confirmed that the product was recalled in multiple states, including Arkansas and Illinois, among others. The affected products included various brie cheeses from multiple brands, such as Industrial Brie and Emporium Selection. In its statement, the company insisted that the safety and integrity of its products were of the utmost importance, and also apologized for the inconvenience caused by the possible Listeria contamination. In August 2018, Aldi withdrew Fuchsia Asian Inspirations Spicy Mongolian Heat and Serve Asian Noodle Bowl from every single location. The reason? The standard packaging for the noodle bowl hadn't been labeled with a suitable warning about the presence of a nut allergen in the product. To add insult to injury, the noodle bowl was meant to have been on sale for a limited time only before the nationwide recall was put into motion. Aldi was quick to note in a press release that despite the oversight, there had been no illnesses reported in relation to the product. The company offered anyone with affected items a full refund. In 2017, Aldi was put under the spotlight when Australia's Queensland Building and Construction Commission, or QBCC, ordered tests on a kitchen faucet sold at its stores. The problem? Lead. And not just a little bit. According to the Courier Mail, there was up to 21 times more lead getting into water running through the faucet than the legal limit. It's estimated a total of 12,000 units had been bought within the previous year. Aldi responded with its own test order, the results of which were confirmed on Facebook by Tom Daunt, the then CEO of Aldi Australia. In a video announcement, he said, "I am pleased to announce that we have just received confirmation from independent, accredited, and certified testing laboratories that the Spiral Spring Mixer Tap meets all Australia/New Zealand 4020 tests for watermark certification."
In plain English, this means the product is completely safe for use.
The impasse carried on nonetheless, with a further round of testing requested by the QBCC reportedly confirming that the tap did indeed contain toxic levels of lead. Throughout the years, Aldi has faced numerous complaints from employees about poor working conditions. A consistent charge levied against the company is the physical demand that's said to come with working in its stores. Aldi employees are usually expected to learn nearly every role within a store. It's part of the cost-cutting measures that allow the grocer to maintain significantly lower prices. That comes at its own cost, though, which is usually paid by the workers. In 2019, a number of Aldi store managers from across the country filed a lawsuit against the company claiming dues and overtime. Aldi ended up paying $9.8 million in settlement. More recently, Aldi has been accused of underpaying current workers and failure to pay former employees to the tune of $150 million. There were also workplace safety concerns raised in Australia following a series of reported incidents in 2024. Animal rights activists are not happy with the double standards that Aldi is set to apply against animal cruelty in Europe and the United States. For example, it's outlawed in Germany to place pregnant pigs in small crates or chickens in battery cages. Both those practices are rampant in the US. Animal rights organization Animal Equality has been holding protests against Aldi's American policies on both continents. Max Blair, a Pittsburgh volunteer, attended one of these events and told the organization that Aldi should show more empathy towards all animals, saying, "It is my hope that Aldi will come out with policy in the United States to give at least some respite to the billions of animals suffering every year while we continue to fight for a world that treats all beings with compassion."